Year One.
Now you're watching Gear.
Hey, welcome back to GearZ, where today we are recognizing the 30th anniversary of one of the most influential cars and car movies of all time, Smokey and the Bandit, and the black and gold Trans Am. Now, we've already walked you through the cultural impact that this car and that movie had on everybody back in '77. But what about today? I mean, what if you could take a classic Trans Am and bring it up to today's standards, you know, to where it would run with Corvettes and Vipers? What would that car be like? Well, the guys at Year One have done just that in what they call the Burt Reynolds edition Bandit Trans Am. And what we've got here is the very first Bandit 3. Now, Year One said that we could take you for a spin in it as long as we promised to treat it with loving care and not scratch it. And that is what this is for. Yeah, I love these black cars.
Better invest in some touch-up paint.
The Year One Burt Reynolds Trans Am, at first glance, may look like a stock '77 Trans Am, but that's the whole point. It's supposed to have all the look and the attitude of the original Bandit car without revealing how nasty this car really is under the skin. From a styling standpoint, the changes are subtle but significant. The front and back glass are all flush mounted for a more contemporary look. The nose houses modern projector beam lights without losing the original feel of the car. The wheel flares are redesigned for a better fit, and the wheels are a modern 18-inch billet interpretation of the original snowflake design. Now, those wheels are wrapped in 10-inch wide rubber in the front and huge 12-inch rubber in the rear. That'll help this thing hold the road around corners and when you stomp the gas, which is going to be a challenge for this car. The proper Bandit launch is about 3,000 to 4,000 on the RPM. See there? See where we're sitting? Got your clutch down here, and you got your shifter, and you... Oh, yeah! That's right out of the Bandit book of illegal launches. Now, when Year One decided to build a car to this level, well, they knew it would have to handle, and not just well. No, it'd have to be up to the standards of the hottest performance cars on the road today. So, the suspension was stuffed with tubular subframe and control arms, rack and pinion steering, subframe connectors, performance shocks, a 4-link in the rear. Yeah, all the good stuff. So does it work? Yeah, this thing handles better than any second-generation Firebird you'll ever see. And with huge calipers and rotors front and rear, she'll stop in a hurry, too. I need another Sharpie. Did you bring a spare? Of course, the big question is the engine. What is it? That's a 600 horse LS7 that just gets up and screams when you lay into it. Now, behind that is a Tremec TKO 5-speed. That's just a pleasure to drive when you start busting through the gears. Then there's the hood scoop. Now, obviously, it's functional, and when you stomp the pedal and you see that scoop rock sideways, man, it's something every gearhead should experience. Is this cool or what? But all that burning rubber and flying gravel does come at a cost to Year One. The interior, all business, with special black and gold leather seats holding you in place. The dash has all been reworked with modern gauges, and of course the console and the door panels hold the pedigree that so many people are after. Now, one thing that you won't see on most supercars is a roll cage that's so nicely blended into the interior that it's very easy to overlook. Once again, that's the purpose here, to give you all the performance and safety of a modern supercar and still retain the look, the feel, and the attitude of the original legendary car. Well, there it is, the Burt Reynolds edition Bandit Trans Am from year one. Now, obviously, this is not a cheap car, but obviously, it is not your average car either. No, this is a supercar in every sense of the word. And if you're lucky enough to buy one of these, your biggest concern is not going to be somebody outrunning you. Oh, no. Your biggest concern is going to be keeping enough Sharpies on hand to hide the evidence.
The evidence in the car!
You've taken on a tough project and you're committed for the long haul. We admire your dedication, and we're here to help. You see, it's been our passion too, building American muscle for over 25 years, creating memories and traditions. Build it with catalogs for 16 car lines, filled with quality parts and backed with unmatched customer service. Join the crew and keep the tradition rolling. Year one.